Tom, a difficult afternoon?
Yeah, my biggest test as a coach, certainly, is how we respond from this, how we get better from this, but I've always operated in high pressure, high stress environments, and yeah, I know exactly how to respond to sort of a setback in the road.
What do you think was wrong with it today?
Yeah, well, I think the obvious place to start is the start of games. We're coming to a team who possibly had a slow start, 5 points in 5 games, and we don't let the environment get sort of fragile, anxious, and yeah, it's something that we'll continue to work hard on to put right.
And then the goal at the end of the half hasn't helped either, because you're going at 1-1 and it's a normal game.
Yeah, so game management is a big part of where we start to dissect and put this right. Key moments we're just not managing well enough at the minute, and certainly the second goal is the one where without watching the game back, I can start to clearly know where we can put it right.
Quite open defensively today, is that a concern?
Yeah. I think when we concede goals, there'll always be a disappointment and a sort of a review into every goal or every chance we concede. Crosses, we were poor at defending crosses last week against Coventry, I thought, and got away with it. And today we've conceded from a couple again. So, yeah, as a coach, it's the problem I'd rather face is how to tighten us up rather than we don't look like creating and scoring. So, yeah, if there's a positive, I'd rather face that problem than a lack of creativity.
Because at 1-1, Jebberson's missed one from half a yard, and if that goes in again, we're talking about a different story.
Yeah, moments we're not managing well enough, whether it's pieces of quality, whether it's cool heads, or whether it's leaders and experience. It's just the moments we're not with the big moments in games. We're just not managing quite well enough at the minute.
It's an attacking shape away from home. Do you have to look at that as well?
Well, it could always look like a 5. Sometimes it looks like a 3. It was, we wanted to come here and be aggressive and create anxiety today, and the start of the game just means we can't do that. So it's how I used to play. I like to be a high energy on the front foot, and I'm hoping that my teams can show that. Sometimes you'll get punished and be open for that.
I suppose that's down to the players then, isn't it? That you want to play that way.
No, it's 100%. It's down to me. I create the game plan, and they're carrying that out. So it's absolutely my responsibility when we do look too open, and I'll shoulder that, and I will work hard to put it right.
The early injuries. It's unusual for 2 to go off inside 10 minutes. What were the issues?
Both look like muscular issues. With those, you have to wait a couple of days to see how bad they are, and we'll be fingers crossed.
What have you said to the players at the end? How are they?
So I've spoke to you before and said that I break it down into blocks of games, and for this block of games we can still achieve our goals. It's weeks like next week. I'm not talking the cup week. I'm talking the week after, where you compete for 9 points in 7 days. A real sort of game changers, and we have to respond to this setback and stick together, and that's the most important thing.
This might be asking you the impossible, but what could be the cause of these bad starts?
It's something we're going to have to look long and hard into. I'm preparing this team from a logistics point of view, the same as I played 180 times for the club. So it's something that's happening on the field, and we'll continue to work hard to put it right, and we won't stop until it does.
You ever experienced anything like it before?
No, very strange. That it's not just 10-minute goals; it's 2 or 3, and it could have been one before they actually scored today. So there's something that needs to change in our preparation / game plan for the first 10 minutes. We'll continue to work hard to do that.
Last week Coventry did something very different. It looked today like Norwich sort of picked up on the fact there could be gaps in the corners and were undoing us with the diagonal balls in behind the fullbacks or wingbacks.
Yeah, and again, we've not quite got that balance right yet. I never want my team to look like a back 5, because you just can't get pressure on the ball high enough the pitch. But today, we sort of exposed ourselves a little bit too much down the side. So again, my job is absolutely to get the balance of the team right, and today it wasn't there.
when you look at the games we've had so far, where do you think the real Watford falls? Is it those first few games when we were outstanding, or is it first half of last week and today when we were subpar?
Well, I'd like to say that the first. I think we've showed enough in possession to say that we can be a top team. And now it's when you do commit to that real in possession style, and then you don't lose balance going the other way. So it's, yeah, over the course of 46 games, you'll end up where you end up, and I'm hoping it's a reflection of the first 3 games rather than the last couple.
Might we have to go a bit tighter away from home just to start getting a footing?
Yeah. Certainly, if it's a pattern that we're doing really well at home and not so well away, then it might have to be that way, and certainly in the first 5-10 minutes of games, something that we'll review and look at.
I know the first half started badly, but it really turned on the start of the second half, didn't it? If you'd have got back to 2-2, you're back in the game. 3-1 down, 10 minutes gone. Norwich could then afford to sit back.
Yeah, it's concerning, because we could have conceded straight after half time as well. So it's a big concern of the way we're approaching the start of halves, and that's something that me and the staff and senior players will look into and put right.
Are you someone that has a bit of a shout after this, or are you more considered with how you give your feedback?
Yeah, I like half time. I was fairly animated, but no, after the game's happened, there's not much I can put right. I think the players know when we all know we can do better, me included, and yeah, I'll be quite measured in my analysis and preparation for how we put it right.
Okay, thanks guys. Thanks Tom.
Cheers.